Welcome, everybody, to episode 108 of Disney with the Ducks. Tonight, you've got me, John Krull, and I am joined by all of the other ducks tonight. So we've got Gene.
Hi.
Hi. We've got Lonnie.
Hey, everybody.
We got Kevin.
Hi, guys. Good to see you.
We've got Jeff.
Hey, everybody.
And last but not least, Jody.
Hi, friends.
All right, so all six of us are on tonight, so that's awesome. So you know it's going to be a great show. Before we get going, though, we want to ask everyone to go out and give us 5 stars. So give us a 5-star review wherever you get your podcatcher, wherever you get your podcasts, and leave us a good review too, and we'll read it on the air on an upcoming episode. So we'll get that out of the way, but also join our Facebook group, Disney with the Ducks, and you can take part in some of the fun discussions we have over there. Like tonight, after once we get into the show, you can pause it occasionally and go and answer some of the questions on our Facebook group. But before we get to that, we want to ask a question of all the ducks and say, if you could run a marathon with anyone from history, who would you run with? Kevin, let's start with you.
Oh, man. Okay.
You weren't ready for that, were you?
I was not ready, but I think I've got a decent one. I'll probably change my mind later, but I'm going to go with Neil Armstrong.
Ooh,
because I'd like to hear, what was it like being the first, astronaut to set foot on another, somewhere other than Earth, and what was the training like?
The studio? You mean
not the studio? Not the studio. This is assuming that he actually went. I guess I could find that out before. I mean, that would be the prerequisite that it actually happened. So I would ask him lots of questions. So what was on the other side of the moon? Because after 18 miles, he would, lose his ability to not be able to keep secrets. So I would want to know what he saw on the other side of the moon. Conspiracy theories.
Hey, Kevin, ask him if he was the first, who was recording him.
Well,
ask that.
The aliens, man. The aliens.
Or the cameraman on set in northern Canada.
Right. or maybe even an auto-deployed camera that was designed by NASA. I don't know if they could get
this was like 64 or something, right?
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah.
They didn't have that.
Not 64, technology. 69. How about?
Oh, 69, really?
Do you even know history?
Yeah.
Do you even know history?
You're right. No, you're right. I don't.
Because I was not. That's the other thing. I wasn't alive during that time, so that would have been really something cool to see. But I heard that how cool it was. Everybody watched it, and it was such a big deal. And just to pick his brain and what was the training like? What was it like? Going somewhere that you didn't really know what was going to happen for sure. You had tests and things like that, but you weren't for sure. So it would just be an interesting conversation. So
that's a really cool choice. I like that a lot. I think that's awesome. All right. Jeff, what about you? Who are you going to run with?
I would pick the host of the Disney with the Ducks podcast. I could not pick a better group of people to run a marathon with. I've had the pleasure of doing that once before, and it was the best marathon I've ever had. So I can't think of a better experience than this group of people.
I'm going to be honest with you, though, Jeff. It was also the worst marathon I've ever had.
Well, yeah.
It was a PR.
It's the only. Yeah. But no, I think that's a good choice.
It was the best of times and it was the worst of times.
Yeah. We're not a bad group.
We actually know for a fact that it happened, though.
It did happen. That's true.
Did it, or was it just
Allegedly.
in my simulation and you guys aren't even real?
There's a lot of it that might have been a fever dream for part of that, too.
Yeah. I thought Jeff was going to die at one point, to be honest.
It was pretty cool.
All of us were going to die at some point, and we just kind of kept going.
Well, I mean, he was until we convinced you to take that pillow off his face.
Oh, well, I mean.
That was Dave the year after, Lonnie.
Oh,
okay. Okay. Solid choice, Jeff. I can't argue with that one at all. Gene, what do you got? Who are you going to run with?
I'm going to go in the same vein. And just for you listeners that weren't privy to it, we were having a discussion before all this. That's why some of this comes up. But Yuri Gagarin, because the Russians did not go to the moon. They've abandoned their project, and it was not known actually for a long time. We didn't find out. And I'd like to, kind of hear it from the Russian side what happened with their space program and why they ended up abandoning it and the things behind that.
So was he the first human in space?
Yes.
Okay, that'd be awesome too. Hopefully you have an interpreter.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well,
Google
I speak Russian.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Fluent Russian. Okay, good.
Нет,
to hear.
нет. Yeah. I don't know.
Ah.
I know vodka. All right, Jody, who are you running with? Anybody?
I don't know. So I've been sitting here staring at my bookshelves, trying to look at all my history books over there and who I love and who's inspired me. So
Nancy
tonight,
Drew's not real.
yeah, tonight I'm going to go with Michelle Akers because I was just helping my daughter with a paper on women in sports, and she played soccer for the U.S. women's national team back in the early '90s when the women made no money at all. They had to buy their own uniforms and stuff, and she played with the guys and broke a ton of records and pretty phenomenal. She's still alive. She's still living. So I could actually have this real conversation and run with her. So just because that's in proximity and that's what's been on my brain, I'm going to go with Michelle Akers.
Nice.
That's
All right.
Good choice.
I don't know who that is other than your description. So,
Pretty cool.
so that's awesome.
She had chronic
Lonnie.
fatigue and played soccer her whole life. So that's kind of impressive.
Wow. That is impressive. That's a lot to fight through because, I mean, soccer, you can't really be fatigued because you're running for 45 minutes straight and then you get a short break and then you're doing it again. So,
anyway, that's
tough. Okay.
How long could you run with it? How long could you run with her, Jody?
How long would I run with her?
How long could you before she left you?
I don't know. She's had so many knee surgeries and everything.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Yeah,
you don't want her in prime then. Is that what you're saying?
Well, she's older than I am, and she's had multiple knee surgeries and head injuries and all sorts of stuff. So, but yeah, she's still pretty darn fit. But
yeah, I think you can take her, Jody, because she's not built for the long run. She's built for
That's
the
right.
short
Just
sprints,
the short
right?
sprints. Yeah.
So so as long as you can survive that first couple of sprints, you're good. You'll leave us.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, man. All right, Lonnie, who are you going with?
I'm gonna say 2025 Gene, if that makes him have to run Dopey, and John and Kevin. So if we can get, if by this show they have to run it because I said, hey, I'm gonna go with that.
So you see why Lonnie came up with the topic.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So if Gene's gonna say he's gonna run it, then I'll say somebody like probably Martin Luther King Jr. That's what I'm gonna run.
That's
with.
a good one. Yeah,
It's a good choice.
I want you to be able to run with the doctor. So I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to lie to you and tell you yes.
He'd be very motivational the whole trip, though.
Exactly. That's why every time I feel like stopping, I won't.
Like Lonnie starts to fade, that would be somebody who would pick you up and just carry you the whole way.
exactly.
I start to slow down, and he's like, back in the day when they sick the dog on me.
What do you think you're doing?
He motivated a whole country, right? So the
Keep
guy
those
could
legs
probably get you
moving.
across the finish line.
Exactly.
Forward is a pace.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, I got to keep going. He's there. No choice.
All right, solid choice. All right, man, like Jody, I've been thinking through all of the books I've read, and okay, so it's hard to pick just one, but I'm gonna pick just two. Just one. I'm gonna go with Barack Obama. I have a lot of respect for him as a person, and part of me, I really want to run with a president because I want to get some of the state's secrets. Kind of like Kevin was saying, like after 18 miles, you get a little loopy. They're going to start talking. And I want to know what it's really like in the day-to-day life of a president. And just some of those fun things like where are UFOs hidden? Where do we keep the alien bodies? Has anybody actually gotten to the ice wall at the edge of the earth? So those kind of questions I need answers to.
And he probably knows who killed Kennedy too.
Oh, for sure.
Of
Yeah,
course.
he does.
He knows where they're keeping Megatron. Let's remember, they know what he's keeping the Decepticons.
Yeah. So I started off with I want to use a president, right? And then I was kind of like, well, I really like I said, I respect him a lot, but also I just like his story. He worked his way up. He came from not a lot and just obviously going to Columbia Law School, or did he go to Columbia? I can't even remember anymore, but we can cut that part out. I don't know where he went to school. I thought it was Columbia, but at any rate, I don't know where I was going with that, but I do want to run with him, and I think it would be cool. I do worry about the smoking, right? But he does play a lot of basketball. You'd always see him out on the court, like when he was in office and stuff. So hopefully that
Do you think
offsets
you
all
keep
the
up with him,
smoking.
though?
I think the smoking brings him down to my level. Yes. Yeah, I think lung capacity there from him is going to be limited. He does play basketball, so he could get those the first mile maybe on me, but after that, bam, slow and steady wins the race.
John, let's be honest. You just want to run because of his whole entourage and all the Secret Service protecting you. Like you just want to be
I'm
in that
kind of hoping
group.
Michelle's there too. So there's that. I mean, it is what it is. So who knows? But then no, that's my choice. Okay. All right. So getting on with the show, we are going to have some questions from Lonnie, and we're going to pick this or that. So we want the listeners to play along at home. So, keep track of your answers and come put them in the Ducks Facebook page or a Facebook group, Disney with the Ducks, and play along and tell us where, all the questions Jeff got wrong and why.
Yeah.
So
And
Lonnie.
yeah. So look, first off, I'm excited to ask these questions. Very serious questions. Hopefully this will help our listeners plan their Disney vacations, right? So first question, who would you rather partner with in a gang fight, Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck?
I'll go first. Donald Duck. There's
yeah.
no like
Absolutely.
world in which I'd choose
All the
Mickey.
way.
Yeah, Donald's angry. I think he's going to fight dirty, and I love it.
And he's got
Well,
that crazy.
Mickey
You don't know
never-
where he's going to come from. And he
Yeah.
just come out of nowhere with like a frying pan, and he's just like,
Yeah,
okay,
he's
that's
like
right. Oh,
he's
yeah,
like
yeah.
the Tasmanian devil. Just he has all that muscle memory. He's always fighting. He was in the Navy. I mean, he had to learn how to fight in the Navy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mickey Mouse, all he can do is pilot a boat.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
it just
Yeah, it's no contest.
Yeah. Jody, what do you say? You're being kind of quiet. That's a
I'm
question.
agreeing with them. Yes, Donald.
Donald in the gang fight, like the outsiders. Gene, what about you?
You're on mute, Gene.
For sure, Donald Duck. I mean, all day, every day. He's angry, like John said. He's not going to fight fair. Yeah, for sure. I think Donald's probably a greaser, not a soc, for sure. You mentioned outsiders, for sure.
Yep,
Yeah.
definitely.
Probably, we don't see this in any of the cartoons, but I'm sure he is adept with a chain.
Oh yeah, I think so. You're right.
For sure.
You're right. Okay, good deal. So, guys, Donald Duck, who he's going with. So, second question, guys. You have one day at Disney, just one. Where are you visiting and why? Magic Kingdom or Epcot?
what time
Jody?
of year?
Ah, good question.
Ooh, that's solid.
Any time of the year. Jody, Magic Kingdom or Epcot? You only can go to one.
Am I by myself?
Yes, you're by yourself, and you can't park out.
I don't know. Pick on somebody else.
I'll go. I'm going to Epcot. For sure.
Why?
Why? Because while Magic Kingdom is fine, I'd like to go. I like Epcot a lot. A lot of times I feel like I'm rushed going through it. I would take my time. I would eat my way around the world. I would ride some rides. It would be great. I would really enjoy that for sure. Epcot, no doubt.
Kevin?
I would be the same. I would go to Epcot. I've got to get my fish and chips. I've got to walk around the world. I got to ride, at least once, definitely not twice, Guardians, and then get some popcorn, some non Montezuma's Revenge popcorn, and then go to Soarin', do test track, and go say hi to my buddy Figment.
Mission Space, yes or no?
Mission Space, no.
No. Okay,
But no,
good deal.
yeah, that's me.
So I got two Epcots. John, where you going to?
I'm also going to Epcot because the same reasons, right? I love the rides there. I love Guardians. I love Soarin'. I want to do the Figment ride. I want to do the land. Like I love everything about Epcot. The only way I'd go to Magic Kingdom if I only had one day is if I had someone with me who'd never been there before, and then I think I
Right.
have to. But by myself, Epcot all day, and I'm gonna do the same thing as Gene. I'm just gonna eat my way around, and I'm hoping there's a festival going on.
There's got to
you
be a
know,
festival.
like
yeah.
There's always a
365
festival.
days a year, right?
Right.
So,
Get you something in South America, you're good to go.
yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. And then I'm gonna get some of the maple popcorn from Canada. You know, I'm gonna do that. Of course, I'm gonna have some frushi. Probably gonna get a potato pancake over in Germany. It's gonna be all about food and drink for me, with a little bit of a dabbling in the rides as well.
Nice.
I'm gonna
Jeff?
get thrown at too, Lonnie. I just want you to make sure I want to throw that in there.
Oh yeah, you got to have that, sir. You got to have that. Jeff, where you going?
I'm going to Epcot as well. I'm probably not going to ride any rides. I love the Epcot rides, but if it's just one day by myself, I will probably wander World Showcase for a lap or two, and then just sit and watch all the people and listen to the background tracks of the music, and just kind of take it all in. I really enjoy just doing that if I'm not with somebody. Just kind of watch the people and sit and listen to the music and enjoy the evening.
Good deal. So Jody, you said go last, so I'm going to change it up on you. Animal Kingdom or Hollywood Studios? Where are you going? One day. Because I know you
Hollywood
thought about it.
Hollywood
you-
Studios.
All right then. Why?
It's just more of a fun, vibrant atmosphere, and I feel like people are social and talking and hanging out. Like if you're by yourself, I feel like you have more of an opportunity to, sit next to somebody and strike up a conversation. Where I don't feel like Animal Kingdom is as conducive for that type of thing. So if I'm by myself, I like to talk to people and make friends. And I don't know. I think Hollywood Studios is more open to something like that.
Ah, good deal. Yeah, I like the studios as well. So I'm gonna go to the studios and hang out. So would you rather, next question, be stuck on, right? Ride breaks down, Haunted Mansion or Pirates of the Caribbean? John, which one you rather get stuck on?
I'd rather get stuck on Pirates of the Caribbean. I get a little scared in Haunted Mansion. I'm a little bit afraid of ghosts, so there's that. But also, I just like the idea of being in a boat and the pirate battles going on, or just looking at the people in that little village. It seems peaceful to me, so I'm gonna go with Pirates.
Ooh, that's a good one. Gene, you stuck on what you doing? Haunted Mansion, Pirates?
I think it depends on the day, really, but I'm going to go with Pirates just because John said peaceful in the boat. I'm thinking, with the mayhem, what do pirates do? They plunder, right? And that's what they do. So I don't know how peaceful it'll be, but still, it's exciting. You see the guy chasing a winch around. Winch? Can you say that? Can you say that?
No, you're gonna get canceled. You're gonna get
Cancel.
canceled.
Young lady, young damsel, around and over and over and over again. I mean, it'll be fine. I don't know if I want to be around the ghosts for a long time. I'm not scared. I'm just saying. I don't know if I want to be around the ghosts that long.
I'll blame you. There's 999 of them, and there's room for one more. So
Yeah,
I don't want to be that. I don't want to be the one more.
but I'm not scared.
No, too late to be scared. Kevin, what about you, sir?
I want to be the one more. I'm staying in the Haunted Mansion. So I've actually been stuck there several times, and I really love it because one of the times I got stuck there was in the ballroom, and whenever you ride the ride, you go through that, you don't really get to soak it in. But if you ever get stuck there, that's the best place to get stuck because you can. There's so many things going on around you, or, in the ballroom that you may not catch. And when you're stuck there, you can just really pick it all up. It's really, really cool. There's things that when I did get stuck there that I never knew were there. I mean, so
That's a good point.
I'm getting stuck on the Haunted Mansion, and I'm staying there wherever I get stuck.
All right, good deal. Jody, what do you want to get stuck on? Pirates?
My answer is
Haunted
very
Mansion?
similar to Kevin's. I want to get stuck on Haunted Mansion because I want to take in all the detail. There's so much going on in there, and we've been stuck on it multiple times, and I don't mind it. Except one time the volume was a little loud, and that got annoying after a while. But I also like that it's just you and one other person in Haunted, so you have you can really talk to just one other person. In Pirates, you're in a whole boat with a bunch of strangers, and I don't know. I don't want to be there with them. So I like kind of the intimacy of Haunted and just taking it all in and being stuck in there. So I'm going Haunted.
Okay,
That's a good point. I should have asked earlier. Can other people see you and know what's going on or no?
It's a normal boat. Yeah, you're in a normal boat, John, not special circumstance.
I mean Haunted Mansion, because I know at Pirates, yeah, you're in the boat with 10 rows or whatever. But that's a good point about the Doom buggy.
Yeah.
John, oh, just stop. Just stop.
I'm just posing the question.
We just know. Just stop. Just stop.
Jeff, what about you, sir?
Are we stuck to the point where we're getting evac'd, or is it just like a long stuck that we're
gonna say, you know what? This is the second question that you have asked for a particular zone. One more, you're gonna get punished.
I understand. But I need to know the parameters.
It's not evac. So you say
it's not evac.
10 minutes in one spot.
Okay, Pirates.
Okay.
Yep. If it was an evac, I'd want to walk out of Haunted Mansion. But if I'm just sitting there listening to the same song over and over, I'd rather be on Pirates for that than Haunted Mansion.
But what if you're stuck in that one spot that the cannonball keeps splashing water on you?
Splash, 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 splash.
I learned to swim.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I wouldn't want to get evac from Pirates. I don't want wet socks the rest of the day at Disney. That's
No.
gonna be terrible.
No, that's horrible. That's horrible.
That'd be awful.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Haunted Mansion too. I just don't want to be on a boat like that. I just don't.
Fair. A lot of people don't like boats. I get it.
No. I mean, I don't have a problem with them, but
You go on cruises all the time.
I know. Yeah, I like that boat. That's a different boat.
That's a ship, not a boat.
And exactly. Thank you.
It
Joe.
floats on
They
the
have
water.
they have food.
It's a boat.
Multiple food and everything. Man. Shows. So, okay. Each of you guys were promoted to lead Imagineer. Bob comes into your office and says that you got to get rid of either Adventureland or Frontierland. Which one are you getting rid of and why? We ran out of space. We got to add something else. One of these lands got to go. It's up to you which one you want to get rid of. Okay. You know, on the Adventureland, you got Pirates of the Caribbean, Enchanted Tiki Room, you got the Jungle Cruise, and Frontierland, we got what? Big Thunder, Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Eventually, Country Bear Jamboree's coming back, right? So which one you getting rid of and why? Jeff, we're going to start with you, sir.
What about Tom Sawyer's Island? Is that considered?
That is considered, actually, Tom Sawyer's Island is considered part of Adventureland.
Frontierland.
Frontierland, I'm sorry, Frontierland.
Okay. Then, yeah, for sure, we're going to get rid of Frontierland. We're going to fill in the lagoon. That's going to give you a lot of extra space there. And just make everything go out to Tom Sawyer's Island. You have all the extra area. So, yeah, for sure, we'll get rid of Frontierland.
But, okay. I know what you're saying. Jody, stop laughing at Jeff. And which one you're getting rid of?
I am going to get rid of Adventureland because I don't love Jungle Cruise is okay. It all depends on the skipper. Aladdin's Magic Carpets is just Dumbo. I love Tiki Room and I love Pirates, but that's 2 versus 2. 2 really good versus 2 really goods. And Big Thunder to me just holds such a special place in our family's heart that I can't get rid of it. And I'm excited about Tiana's. So I'm hoping, that's exciting. I don't think it belongs in Frontierland, but that's another story. But I'm keeping Frontierland.
Okay. I agree with you. I would keep Frontierland as well. Because I'm excited for Tiana's. I love Big Thunder. John, what you getting rid of, man?
This is a tough question. I'm going to get rid of Adventureland, and it really bums me out because Tiki Room is one of my favorite things. Like, I love the Polynesian. I just love everything about it, and the Tiki Room to me is like that perfect theming to go along with it. So that's a real bummer. And then, losing Aloha Isle is rough because, Dole Whips are delicious.
Dole Whips. Mm-hmm.
And honestly, one of the things I'll miss more than either Jungle Cruise or Pirates, I think, is Magic Carpets of Aladdin, which sounds a little ridiculous, which I get. But our family has just always gone on that ride because the little kids can ride it. So that and Dumbo, I have just really good memories of. But you guys, Frontierland having Tiana's Bayou, I'm so excited about because I loved Splash Mountain, but I also love Princess and the Frog and the soundtrack and everything. So I'm super pumped about that. And then Big Thunder Mountain is just such an amazing ride. That's one of my favorite rides. And other than Tron, it's my favorite ride at Disney World, or I'm sorry, Magic Kingdom. So, I gotta get rid of Adventureland.
Yeah. Okay.
It's tough. It's tough.
Gene, Frontierland and Adventureland. Which one you getting rid of?
Easy. Okay. So I'll tell you that I could, in a heartbeat, get rid of the Fireball roller coaster, the Turbulence roller coaster, Mystery Mansion Haunted House, Adventure Falls Log Flume, Frisbee, Music Express, Pirate Ship, and the Rattlesnake roller coaster. Never lose a minute of sleep. And I'm pulling the Kobayashi Maru, and I'm getting rid of the Adventureland Park in Long Island, New York, and saving Adventureland and saving Frontierland at Disney World. I just dropped my water bottle. How you like them apples?
I like those apples, man. I think it's
There are things that each one of those lands that I don't want to give up. So who cares about Long Island? We don't have any listeners there,
Get rid
right?
of Long Island. Yeah.
We don't care about Adventureland in Long Island.
Make it a short island because it's got rid of half.
Right.
I think we might have 3, but now we're down to no listeners there. But okay, well, so Gene's gonna tell Bob, get out of my office. I'm not getting rid of any of them.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin, what about you?
That's a tough one. I love Frontierland, but I love the Jungle Cruise so much more. And Pirates. So I'm keeping Adventureland for the Dole Whips. And, like John, I have some really good memories of the Magic Carpets. My kids, that was the second ride they ever rode. Just being there with my family and walking around with the Dole Whip, riding Pirates. I would do my best to try to convince Bob that Tiana's belongs in Adventureland. But I don't know if it would work, but I would try.
Yeah, do or do not. There is no try.
That's true.
This is true.
But that's okay. All right, good answers. Hey guys, I do have, and I don't want to answer to this question, but I have something for you to ponder. Why is Caribbean pronounced differently? It's Pirates of the Caribbean, but it's a Caribbean beach. Think about it.
Yeah. And then how do because the funny thing is, Lonnie, people who say Caribbean when they're talking about like the Caribbean Sea or Caribbean, they both also do the same thing at Disney where they pronounce them separately. So it's both sides. It's the weirdest phenomena.
That apple with the brown covering over it the candy sort of covering. What is
caramel?
That?
I say caramel.
Do you say the color and the candy the same?
Caramel and caramel. Yeah.
I guess
but I call the city in Indiana caramel. Caramel? And I don't know if you're supposed to do that.
Yeah. Interesting.
See? Interesting. How the mind works.
Mm-hmm.
So on to the next question. Best attraction in Tomorrowland, Tron or Space Mountain? Jody.
Oh, easy.
Tron.
And let me just put this on that because Jeff's gonna ask. Jeff, at night when it's dark.
On a
Tron,
Thursday of the equinox, and when the moon is waxing or waning.
Right
74 degrees, winds out of the northwest at
like
4 miles an hour.
The wind's coming out. Yeah. Tron or Space Mountain?
Are you asking me again?
No, I'm asking Jeff.
Oh, is Happily Ever After playing? Is it doing Happily Ever After?
Yes.
Tron. I want to watch Happily Ever After while I'm on Tron. You can't see that from inside Space Mountain.
You can't see it from Tron either. The whole ride's 12 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
You're still going to see it when you're
outside for 7 of those.
Yeah, you're still going to see it when you come out. This is going to be
exactly.
Right,
so I have more time watching Happily Ever After when I'm done.
Okay, fair.
Okay, all right, good. Okay, we'll take it. John, what about you?
Dude, every time I go on Space Mountain, it takes me 3 months for my back to recover. So I love Tron anyway, but so I'm going with Tron because that's I think one of the best rides at night for sure. It's so awesome. And like I said, Space Mountain is not made for men my size, nor with my physical issues with my back. So I'm out on that one.
Okay, yeah, all right. Gene, Tron or Space Mountain?
Hey, so listen, I have not experienced Tron yet. Okay, I've yet to be back.
I don't even know you anymore. But if you come to Dopey 2025, we can ride it.
But say what I'm going to say is that I'm going to go ahead and take it on faith because I believe in all of you, and you all are saying Tron, and so I like Space Mountain just fine, but I would like to just go ahead and experience Tron, and I'm just going to go ahead and say that's my pick.
Are you going to experience it in January 2025?
Jury is
In, and it's yes.
out.
Oh, okay. All right. Kevin.
I am not the father. I don't know. You are not the father. Something, I don't know.
I am gonna ride anything at the park other than Space Mountain. I can't ride it. Every time I ride it, I am in so much pain after, and I regret it every time. As much as I hate to say it, as epic of a, or I guess as iconic as of a ride as it is, I just can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I can understand that. I can understand. Okay, so with that same vein, okay, because we're talking about the parks, right? All these questions are park related. So, best land in Hollywood studios: Galaxy's Edge or Toy Story Land? Galaxy's Edge or Toy Story Land? Best land. Jeff, best land any time of the day. Best one.
As much as I love Star Wars in general, I prefer the theming and the attractions in Toy Story Land over Galaxy's Edge. I like Slinky Dog. I like Toy Story Mania. I could do without Airlink Sword and Saucers, but it's still 3 rides to 2. There's not as much shopping as there is in Galaxy's Edge, but I would take Toy Story Land over Galaxy's Edge.
Okay. All right. John?
Man, both. I'll take them both.
Not this time,
okay.
sir. Not this time.
I'm gonna go with Toy Story Land. I love the movies. That's one of my favorite series of movies or whatever franchises. So I'm gonna go with that. But like Jeff said, the rides there to me are amazing. But Slinky Dog, I mean, it might be my favorite ride at all of Disney. I probably say that about a lot of things, but I really do think if I could pick one ride to go on right now, I think that would be it. It's fun, it's exciting, it's smooth, it's just awesome. And then I do like Toy Story Mania as well, but I think it's overhyped a little bit. But still, I like the theming of the land. I like seeing Woody when you walk in and he's waving at you. It's so fun. I don't know. I'm going with Toy Story Land. It's a tough choice.
I mean, it is. I think it is the smoothest coaster, Slinky Dog, that is there at Disney. Jody B, what do you think?
I'm gonna shock you all and say Galaxy's Edge. I
Really?
love Toy Story Land, but it's always crowded and hot, and it's too much for me. Like it's just way too many people, and it's 900 degrees in there. And Galaxy's Edge, something about going back there always seems cooler, and you never know who you're going to bump into, and it's so immersive. And I don't know, I like it back there. I really want to spend more, I want to have a whole day in Galaxy's Edge. That's a goal one time. It's just to spend hours back there and really get fully immersed. So
That's a good answer. That's a very good answer.
Something you said in there, Jody, too, about just how immersed you feel in it. Mm-hmm. Definitely, you don't get that in Toy Story Land at all.
No.
But Galaxy's Edge, yeah, you make me want to change my answer.
Jody make a good point, because there has not been a single time I've been in Toy Story Land when it has been packed. I mean, even at night it's packed.
That's true.
Always packed. So that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. You're making me think.
And the line for Slinky Dog is 90 minutes before the park even opens. So
especially when it's sunny out and the heat, because it has no covering. Gene, what do you think?
Anybody want to guess?
I'm thinking Galaxy's Edge.
Absolutely, 100%. I love Toy Story Land, but it's not. I mean, it's not Galaxy's Edge. I mean, you can't try on, X-wing fighter pilot helmets and
that's right.
Fly the Millennium Falcon and
See the
resistance.
Smoking a doobie out back.
That's right. You can't stormtroopers at mayhem.
Resistance
in the parking lot
with the Imperial
when you
forces.
get escorted out during a fire drill.
I mean, you're going to get stuck, or it's going to break down. So you might as well go someplace where you can see stormtroopers and resistance fighters smoking. A
doobie.
Dude, I don't know if they were doobies. I was trying to think of a cool slang, cool hip slang for cigarette.
Doobie
I
is cool.
couldn't, you know.
No,
I don't think
I could-
doobies
I-
for cigarettes, Lonnie.
I don't think that's what
I
it
don't-
is.
I
I've
don't
had
know
my
what
share of doobies, and I can tell you they were not tobacco cigarettes.
And we're
Yeah,
gonna go
but-
on to Kevin. And if Kevin answers anything other than Galaxy's Edge, we're gonna ask for number
His
one for him to get
resignation.
checked. Exactly.
$100
Yeah.
says he says the words Ronto roaster.
You got it. Yeah. I mean, there's a million reasons why I pick Galaxy's Edge every single time. Toy Story Land is, great. I love Slinky Dog, but Galaxy's Edge is like, it takes me back to my mind when I was a kid playing with the action figures and everything, and then stepping into a movie. I mean, there's nothing more immersive than that. Like Jody, I can just hang out there. I got to experience one of the coolest lounges that I've ever seen. I mean, whenever I went with Jody, and just seeing the Millennium Falcon for the first time. So going to Disney, you still get the tingly, the tingles on your neck, kind of hair stands up, that kind of thing. Whenever music comes on, things like that. The one place that did that more than any other place was the first time I went into Galaxy's Edge. I mean, it blew me away. So I don't know that anything else could ever top that for me.
So what you're telling me is that Galaxy's Edge had your Peter tingle activated.
That's important, though. You want to keep that Peter tingle alive.
I'm talking about Spider-Man, you guys.
Yeah.
Come on now, Jeff. You got some
Oh
Peter
my
tingle.
gosh.
That was at Avengers Campus, not at Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm gonna ask Jody a question. Jody, would you rather travel down the bayou with Tiana and the gang or travel the seas with Moana and Maui?
Tiana, because I'm going to eat all the gumbo with her. So, yeah.
Good answer. John, Maui or Tiana?
Man. I'm going to go with Tiana. I love jazz. I love food. And that movie and her specifically, because she's opening the restaurant and everything, puts that together perfectly. I think I have to go with, I got to go with Tiana.
Jeff?
Tiana all day long. Absolutely.
Sweet. Gene?
Man, that's a hard. I'm going to say Moana just to be different, but I think either are strong choices. I'm an island. I love the islands. I love that whole vibe. But I'm a Louisiana guy, so there's that draw. But I'm going to go with Moana in this instance.
Okay. Kevin?
I'm picking Moana. I mean, one of my favorite Disney soundtrack from the last episode was Moana. I love the music. I love the the tropical setting. I love kind of adventure, being out in the open sea, going and seeing the different islands and the adventure that movie brings, and watching Hey eat his boat snack food and that kind of thing. So I'm picking Moana.
Yeah. And I'm going to go with Moana too, because look, hey, grew up around New Orleans, so we ate all the food anyway. My wife makes a real good gumbo. So, hey, I'm going to go with that. So, guys, to round up the park, I'm going to have a series of rapid fire questions. You don't have to tell me why. You just have to choose which one. Okay. So here we go. Would you rather ride Guardians of the Galaxy, Cosmic Rewind, or Ratatouille? John.
Guardians.
Jody.
Guardians.
Jeff.
Guardians.
Gene.
Guardians.
I'm going to go with Guardians. Kevin.
Guardians.
All right.
Ratatouille is going to break anyway, so.
Yeah.
Ratatouille, though, like, it's a cool ride, but I mean,
It's okay.
it's fun. I want to go on it, but it's nowhere near what Guardians is.
If I'd have said you had to ride it back to back, then I'm sure a lot of people would have said Ratatouille.
I might
Because
pick
Well,
we know what
Ratatouille.
happened.
Unless you like puking. I mean, if you like to be nauseous.
No.
All right. Would you rather ride Spaceship Earth or the Three Caballeros? John.
Three Caballeros. I can't do Spaceship Earth. I think I would throw up everywhere.
Jody.
I don't know. I know we're not supposed to answer. Sorry.
Yeah, no, this is rapid. Jody.
Three Caballeros.
Jeff.
The Spaceship Earth. John, you were thinking Mission Space.
Oh, Spaceship Earth. Yeah, you're right. I was
That's a big
thinking Mission
golf ball.
Space.
Yeah, that's a big golf ball.
The one behind Jeff.
Yeah. No, Jeff, you're right. You figured it out. You figured that out pretty quick, yeah.
I wouldn't think you would get that sick and throw up all over Spaceship Earth. it's
I'm
it's pretty
still sticking
slow
with my original
moving.
answer, though.
I was thinking
because-
maybe it's the whole slow thing got him. I was like, I
No.
don't know. But
I just mixed
Farm
up the rides.
Nations.
Yeah.
Right?
Gene,
Three Amigos, because I'm going to eat the food at the I can't remember the name of the restaurant, and then I'm going to go ride the boat at for the Three Amigos, and it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying?
is amigo Spanish for Cabanero? I don't know.
It is.
Kevin.
Amigo is Spanish for caballero. Yes.
Yes. Caballero is English for French.
Oh, we getting canceled our last show. Kevin.
Three
Oh,
caballeros
my gosh.
because I can smell the nachos.
Oh yeah, I'm with you on that one. I love going through that Accidental Volcano. All right, would you rather ride Tower of Terror or Mickey's Runaway Railway? Jeff.
Tower of Terror.
All right, Jody.
Tower.
John.
Tower of Terror.
Kevin.
Mickey.
Oh, he's gonna break down. Gene.
I'm riding Mickey's with Kevin.
Nice. Then we can get a milkshake afterwards.
That's right. Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Does your milkshake bring all the boys to
It's
the yard?
kismet.
It really does.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. I'm just gonna leave that one. All right. Seven Dwarfs, Mine Train, or Big Thunder? John.
Big Thunder.
Jody.
Big Thunder.
Jeff.
Big Thunder.
Gene.
Big Thunder from Down Under.
Kevin.
Mine Train.
I will also do Mine Train with you, sir. All right. Flight of Passage or Expedition Everest? During the marathon,
Oh.
Mm.
you got a chance to stop and ride one of them during the marathon. I threw that one at the end. Jeff, during the marathon, you could stop, ride one ride.
Everest. I would get motion sick on Flight of Passage for that one.
All right. Jody.
Everest, because I don't have time to wait for Flight of Passage.
What if you say we could pass up the pre-show with the guy with the and go straight in?
So go on Expedition Everest.
All right, good deal. John.
Everest.
Everest. Gene.
Everest. Thanks for the memories.
I will do Everest as well. Kevin.
Everest all the way.
All right. So would you rather ride Dinosaur or Navi River Journey? I'm just gonna say, Gene, no, I'm doing Dinosaur all day, every day. Gene, what are you doing?
I'm probably going to be with you, so I got to do Dinosaur. I don't know that I've ever ridden Navi River Journey, really. And
No.
good for a
as much
nap.
as I don't like, I don't need a nap right in the middle of a marathon. You know what I'm saying? So I guess
Okay.
Dinosaur.
All right,
Dinosaur,
Kevin.
I'd be jerked around off of. I don't know about all that.
I want you to look up the word rapid. Kevin.
I'm riding dinosaur with y'all. I don't want a boat ride. I want to ride dinosaur with y'all.
Jody.
Navi.
Oh, really? Okay. John.
Wait, is this still
Dinosaur.
in the marathon, or is this just?
No, just
Whatever.
Rapid, Jody. Rapid.
Rapid.
I was asking a follow-up question.
Jeez, you people.
Quick. Pew, pew.
John.
Dinosaur.
Jeff.
Dinosaur.
All right. Would you rather have a godmother or a genie?
Oh.
Godmother or a genie? Jody, which one?
Godmother.
Jeff?
Godmother.
John?
Godmother.
Gene?
Godmother.
Kevin?
Godmother.
Okay, I'm gonna go godmother too. I was thinking genie,
Here's-
but he's only around for a little bit.
Genies
Here's
are
the
tricky,
problem,
man.
They're tricky. That's
Yeah,
right.
they're sneaky, and you only get 3 wishes.
Right.
So,
That's right.
like,
The fairy
a
godmother
fairy
really didn't
godmother-
have a limit, did she?
Right.
No, she didn't have a limit. She
But
just
the
kept
genie,
going.
imagine how fun he'd be to hang out.
Oh man, I want, and then if you can specify, like I
dancing.
want the Will Smith genie, so I can just
No.
slap that person.
He would leave some Fresh Prince.
Get those
Soon,
wishes
man.
out of your mouth.
Too soon.
All right, we're gonna speed up and go to resorts. So, best deluxe DVC room for a Run Disney weekend? Polynesian Resort or Bay Lake Tower? So you have one of those choices.
Is this still rapid fire?
No, this is I'm gonna ask you why. So this is just you have that, right? So it's the Run Disney weekend. Jeff, any race weekend, a Run Disney one. We can take the Polynesian or Bay Lake Tower. Because I know Jeff, you stayed at Bay Lake Tower for so why don't you start us off? Poly or Bay Lake Tower?
I would probably go Poly this time. I could walk to the TTC to catch the monorail over versus having to transfer and catch 2 monorails. I think that would be a little bit more beneficial. I would be staying in one of the little bungalows, and so I would have my own little private pool to get into after the races to kind of soak off to. And I would, Poly.
Okay, so you threw that whammy in with the bungalow.
Right.
But we'll let it go. Let me talk to the judges. Wait, we'll allow it. Jody, which one you going? Bay Lake Tower or the Poly?
Probably Bay Lake Tower, because I think that Poly has just got too much energy for me late at night and would keep me up. So
That's a good point. But would you think Bay Lake, would you have a problem with the fireworks?
Well, you're gonna have a problem anywhere up there. My answer would be none of those near Magic Kingdom because of the fireworks. But if I had to pick between, I'm hoping the glass is thicker at Bay Lake Tower will be quieter. I don't know. And the boat will keep me up too.
Yeah, the boat will keep you up, especially when they honk. John, which one?
I'm gonna go with Poly. I've actually stayed at Poly for a couple of race weekends, and I loved it because, like Jeff said, I could walk over to the TTC, and take the monorail right into Epcot. So I really enjoyed that for the couple of Princess weekends I stayed there. And I loved it. I mean, it's my favorite resort. So it would take a lot to get me to not go there. But also Bay Lake Tower, I like when Jeff stayed there, I came up just to see the room and that kind of stuff. And I wasn't overly impressed with it. I mean, it was fine. And I guess if you had a theme park view, it'd be really cool.
It was the company that was there for you, John, that did it. It wasn't the room, it was the people you went to see.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I was already going in disappointed in my life choices. So, but no, I feel like Contemporary and Bay Lake Tower are just normal hotels, in a really good location. And Poly, I feel like you're transported to like Polynesia, and there's everything around you. There's tiki torches, there's themed drinks and food and everything else. So I got to go with Poly.
Yeah. And I will say this, I'm gonna go with Poly too. And if you stay over by Morea, you don't hear the boats. You don't hear the fireworks,
right?
And you're right by the TTC. So that's the one I would say, and that's the DVC resort part. Yeah. Gene, what about you?
Look, I've never stayed at either one of them, but I'm going to go ahead and just take people's word for it, and we're staying at the Poly. I want to go with John because I just want to experience through John. Like when you bring your kids somewhere and they just enjoy it so much, and it gives you joy. I just feel like that's how it would be with John. I think that every sip of a lapu, I just watch him smile and just watch the delight on his face like a kid in a candy shop. That's how I feel like it would be with John the entire time. He'd just be like probably prancing through,
pretty accurate, Gene, actually.
Prancing through the lobby. I could see that, and I would want to see that. I would want to experience that right next to John.
Okay.
I like that answer, Gene. And I'm here for it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, maybe you guys can get like one lapu with 2 straws like you and Kevin did in the back of that car. Kevin, what do you?
You're making me sound a little like a floozy, you know what I'm saying?
No, you make yourself sound like
jumping around. He's just jumping around to every duck.
Jumping from duck to duck.
Oh my
duck goose.
Kevin, you Polying it or you?
I'm gonna go to Poly. I've never stayed at either like Gene, but I think that just the theming there and the food and the drinks and all that, being able to walk to the TTC. I mean, all the reasons that have already been said. So I'm going with Poly as well.
All right, good deal. So we finished with the race weekend. We want the best moderate, right, for a regular vacation. So let's just say we're going 4 days. We want the best moderate. You can stay at Port Orleans French Quarter or the Grand Destino Tower at Coronado Springs. Which one you're staying at? Jody?
Tower. Easy peasy, mac a squeezy. Everything about it I like. I like that it's in a building. I like the coffee shop. I like the bar upstairs. I stayed at French Quarter and thought it was okay. I did not like the pool at all. So everyone, it, our room was near the smoking area, so maybe that's why I didn't love it, because that leaves a bad taste in my mouth, but or my nose. But
Literally and figuratively.
yeah, so I think I didn't fall in love with French Quarter like everybody else did. I thought it was fine, but I love the Grandestino Tower. Love, love, love it.
Yeah, and you have three bridges, right there. So
And you have 3 bridges.
It's pretty good. And I'm gonna hang out with you and Tim over there. John, what are you thinking?
I'm going with French Quarter. It's one of my favorite resorts at Disney of any level. Like I love it. It's small, so there's not a ton of people around. It shares a bus with Port Orleans Riverside, which sometimes can be good, some or bad. I mean, and you'll have to wait, but everything else about it, the food is great. You have the boat into Disney Springs, so you can, catch the boat and have a much more relaxed ride there. And the beignets are delicious. And just everything. I like the architecture there. I like the pool's really fun. They have the big serpent you slide down, and they have little alligators playing brass instruments like they would in a parade in New Orleans.
That's what they do.
Right. Yeah. There's alligators marching and playing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But no, the pool's fun, and then they do like their movies at night over in the field between the units, and it looks so cool when you're there. I don't know. I love it. And there's a good running path too, and you can go down to Riverside and around there and then back. So you have a really good place to get a couple of miles in too if you need to. So overall, just everything about it I love.
Yeah. And and I haven't seen it personally, but I've heard great things about on Mardi Gras Day they do a parade there, which you say is really pretty cool. So okay. Jeff.
I am going to the tower as well, but I'm going to stay concierge because it is actually the only moderate that has a concierge level.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. A very, very good answer. And that tower is really pretty. It's new. It's nice. It's if you want new, there you go. Kevin, what are you thinking?
I'm picking Coronado. I've actually stayed there, but not in the tower. And that's something, whenever I stayed there, they were building the tower. So it was kind of cool to see that being built. And something that I'd like to do one day is go back and stay in the tower.
Okay. Gene, you floozy, who you with? You with John or you with Kevin?
I mean, I want to experience something different. I've experienced Port Orleans and it's fine, but I go to the real New Orleans all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you do.
So I think that I'm going to go to. I don't even know the name of this tower that we're going to, but I'm going to this tower.
The Grand Destino.
Destino.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's French.
Yeah, I'm going there. Yeah. Right, I'm going there. Le Grand Destino. Yeah. Oh, yep. We're going there. That's
do they have a Salvador Dali themed restaurant or bar there? Okay.
Yes,
that's awesome.
Salvador Dali Lama, is that who that is?
Yeah. It's French. It's French. Okay, so we're gonna speed up because I don't want to keep us too long, and I have a bunch more questions, so I'm gonna skip a couple. Would you rather stay at a monorail resort or a Skyliner resort? Monorail or Skyliner? Jody, you actually your home resort is on a Skyliner, but I'm gonna see if you're gonna change your mind here. Monorail or Skyliner?
I'm gonna go Skyliner.
Okay. John?
This is a terrible question. It's so hard to answer.
That's why I put it on there.
Because the monorail is amazing because the resorts there. I love Grand Floridian and Poly, but God, the Skyliner is so much fun. And being on the Skyliner, like you could be at Beach Club or Yacht Club or be at Boardwalk and be walking distance into Epcot. I think I'm gonna go with Skyliner.
Okay. Jeff?
Skyliner.
Gene?
Skyliner every day, all day.
All right.
Wait, is this rapid fire?
It is not.
Okay.
Kevin?
Skyliner, it's much more efficient and it's more reliable, and it takes me to Galaxy's Edge.
And it doesn't smell bad.
I was going to mention that too, Jody.
It doesn't smell bad. It is quicker.
Yeah.
I mean,
Very
you have
fast.
lines, but you realize those lines move really, really fast, right?
It
As
moves a
compared to a
lot of people.
monorail,
It does,
you have
man.
to sit there and wait.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay.
And if my friend Kevin says it's more efficient and safer, I mean, that's like Rain Man and Quantum Airlines and all that. That's the way I'm going. You know what I mean?
Did you say
I'm
Rain
just
Man?
saying. No, he's just, I heard somebody talking about that the other day. It just reminded me of that when he said it was safer. But you know, like he's all about, like he tell us.
But you said Kevin and Rain Man, like you linked them.
That's
No,
okay.
it's just
That's okay.
Kevin's talked
Okay,
about.
am I the only one that picked up on that?
No,
I mean, I said it as a joke, but Kevin, please don't be offended. I didn't mean it like
I'm
that.
not offended.
What I mean is that Kevin, as an engineer, he's talked about like the efficiency of like moving people through different things, the races. He's talked about it with Disney. He's talked about, I think Disney should hire him. I think maybe you could give Chick-fil-A a run for their money as far as moving people through and efficiency. Just from some of the things you've said. But if Kevin says it's more efficient and safer, I'm betting on Kevin.
Okay, all right. So, would you rather stay at a Polynesian bungalow, like Jeff just jumped in one, or a Copper Creek cabin?
Oh,
The cabin at Copper Creek or the Poly bungalow. Bunch of them, a bunch of DVC points. But you got enough to stay for, say, 3 days. Which one you staying in? Gene, which one you staying in? A Polynesian bungalow right on the water or the Copper Creek cabin?
Sure. Copper Creek cabin. I mean, on the water the Polynesian bungalow. Sure. I have no idea. I have to Google pictures of it or something, but yeah.
Okay, we're going to come back to you. Google pics.
I'm just going to say Polynesian.
Yeah, but Google pics, we want you to see. John, which one?
Man, this one's tough too, Lonnie. Okay, so Copper Creek, when we joined DVC, the tour took you into the cabins, of course, and it's like the nicest thing I've ever seen in my life. And then I've never been inside the bungalows at the Poly, but that's my favorite resort. Man, you know what? I'm gonna go with Wilderness Lodge and Copper Creek in the cabins, because here's why. Like, all right, so if I go to the Poly, there's so much else going on and everything else and I'm going to be at the parks all the time and you can see the parks and I'd be jealous. But I think at Wilderness Lodge, I feel at home there enough. And that's like our home resort anyway, that I love that resort. And there's enough for us to do just hanging out in the resort and taking advantage of that room more. Where I think if we were at Poly, we'd be out doing other things and just not in the room as much. So while I'd rather stay at the Poly overall, given this scenario, I'm going with the cabin.
Solid choice. I'm gonna go with the cabin too, but the reason why I think you get more rest at the cabin. It's nicer to me, but you don't have the boats honking. You're gonna hear that. And for some reason, anytime somebody looks out at the water from the beach, they're looking at me, right? If I'm in that cabin, in a little pool part, right? So I don't want that. I want to be kind of off on vacation by myself, and to your point, doing a lot of other stuff. Just kind of relaxing and not hearing, first thing in the morning, bam, the boat. I want to sleep in. Jody, what about you?
The cabin, for a lot of the reasons that you just said, but I also had heard a review of someone who stayed in the bungalow, and they said that the water, something about the water and the lapping, and something with the way it is out on the bungalow is incredibly loud. So I am team. Well, first of all, I love Wilderness Lodge. So that's easy, but I'm definitely going with the cabin.
Okay, Jeff.
Yes. I will take either of them at any point in time.
But if you had to pick one, in September the 9th, you have to check in.
It'd be a whole lot better than sitting in the pool watching Happily Ever After with the firework music like them.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a good point.
So I can deal with the boats. I get up early anyway. The loud lapping of the water would remind me of a cruise. I think I could sleep right through that. Yeah. Poly all day.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I don't hear, Jody, do you hear lapping of water on a Disney boat? I don't hear it, but I don't know. Jeff might be on another boat. I don't know.
Jeff's out there in a canoe.
He's out there with Maui and them. All right, then. He's a wayfinder.
Hear the waves just coming off the boats when you guys we would sleep with our door open on the patio and just listen.
No, I mean I don't hear him. Maybe Disney got special
I've never been on a
sound condensing. You know, I don't know. I never hear it. Kevin, what about you?
I'm staying in the cabins for the same reasons and just being, kind of the rustic feel and being there with Wilderness Lodge and, just overlooking the more calm water, things like that. So
Okay,
that's me.
Gene, have you looked up enough pictures yet?
I have.
And
I mean,
what are you going with?
It's a difficult choice, but I think it's too much like some resort out in the, Polynesia. I mean, I think that's what it's supposed to be, right? There's even a little pool out on your little deck, man. I'm all over that. That's all me. I don't care if people are looking at me.
No,
I don't care if I hear boats and fireworks. That's fine.
You like being looked at. I know.
You'd have to wear your monocle whenever you do it, so they're looking at you with your monocle on.
Yeah.
Monocle, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you at first I thought you said monokini because I wear that too.
All right, well, so Gene, with that being said, would you rather take a ride on a magic carpet or with Lightning McQueen?
Magic carpet for sure.
Okay, John, magic carpet.
magic carpet. Whether
Jody?
the real one or the ride, I'm going for it.
No, the real one. This the real one. Where they showing you the
then
world.
100% the magic carpet. Yeah, I mean Lightning McQueen's good at going in a circle.
I know.
The magic carpet, you're all over the place.
I mean, is anybody's wish for a superpower to be able to go fast in a circle
No.
on the ground? No, it's to be able to fly.
Right. Exactly.
John, do you want Prince Ali like singing to you while you're on the magic carpet?
No, but I wouldn't mind Jasmine being along.
Yeah. So you're saying she can show you the world?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can go for a nice carpet ride.
Yes, you can.
You know?
Jody,
Magic carpet.
Jeff,
Magic carpet.
Kevin, what are you getting on?
I'm on the carpet.
Oh, yes, you're on the carpet. All right, so we're gonna go last set of questions: restaurants and activities. You have a comped meal, so it's a free meal at a deluxe restaurant, right? Are you eating at Sanaa, Steakhouse 71, or Narcoossee's? Sanaa, Steakhouse 71, or Narcoossee's? Jody, you are the restaurant connoisseur here. Which one are you eating at?
Narcoossee's. I haven't been there since they've redone it, but out of those three, it's the most expensive. So if I'm not paying for it, I'm going there and I'm getting lobster and steak and all the extras. So yeah, Narcoossee's.
They have lobster and steak there?
Mm-hmm.
They used to.
I've never been there.
Oh, so good.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
How do you spell that?
Steak.
LOB
Narcoossee.
NARCO.
Narcoossees. Narcoossee's.
Wow, that's not how I would have spelled that. Wow. That's a lot of letters.
It's not that place in South Beach, Gene.
That's how expensive it is. The more letters in a
No
name,
doubt, dude. That's almost as expensive as many points as getting Scrabble.
Well, while Gene looks at the menu, Jeff, what are you going with?
G-Code, Lonnie.
Okay, so
Wait, that wasn't a choice.
It's right there near Animal Kingdom Lodge. So
Yeah,
I was
he's just, instead of going to Sanaa, he's just gonna just go right over there to Chico.
Right.
You know, have the wine. I understand. Kevin, I'm gonna let him go on that one. The jury's okay with that. Same resort. That's good.
I'm doing Narcoossee's because the seafood, and I've been there. And it's so good. I'm doing that one. You got the you overlook the water. It's really cool.
All right, Gene, you Googled which one you're going with.
I mean, all I've looked at is Narcoossee's, but I mean, I'd eat this for sure.
I mean, you've been to Steakhouse 71.
Yeah,
You've been there.
Yeah. I have.
And you've been to
I
Sanaa
have.
too. Yeah.
I have, yeah.
So yeah.
And I think I like both of those, but this is I like this, yeah, for sure.
All right then. Would you rather Art Smith's Homecoming? Or
Wait.
Hey, John didn't answer.
Man.
Oh, John, you didn't? I thought John said he
No.
wanted Narcoossee's. Oh, I'm sorry, John.
No.
I apologize.
So
Mhm.
Steakhouse 71 was one of the best breakfasts I've ever had. And I loved
bacon and
it.
eggs.
Yeah. No, well, I had Eggs Benedict there which they were able to make gluten-free, which was amazing. But then I had dinner there with Jeff and the Rothsteins, and it was amazing too. But I'm not going to pick that one. So I've been torn between Sanaa and Narcoossee's. I've never been in Narcoossee's, but the way you guys are talking about it with the seafood and stuff, man, Sanaa's hard to pick against though, because the flavors, everything is so delicious, and that bread service is the best. I can get decent seafood and decent steak at home in Detroit. So I'm going to go with Sanaa because there's not a lot of restaurants around here with that kind of flavor. So
well done, man. What great thought out answer. And a lot of people don't know, just like at other seafood restaurants, as you look over the Savannah, if you see an animal you want them to cook, you can point at it and tell them, I want that one. And they'll bring it back.
You get to hunt it yourself.
Well, you know what? You can, but I'll choose
change my answer if we could do that.
I'm having the bread service while they out there grabbing him. I'm sorry for all the animal lovers that I said that to. So, all right, I love animals too. Would you rather Art Smith's Homecoming or Polite Pig? So we were at the Springs. You got your choice. Which one would you like? Two of my favorites over there. So that's why I put it on there. Homecoming or Polite Pig? Jeff.
Homecoming for the moon. No,
Okay.
this one's easy. No cheating here.
Okay.
Homecoming and bring the moonshine all day long.
Okay, good deal. Good deal. Kevin.
Homecoming all the way. The chicken and donuts. That's top of my list.
All right. Jody.
I think they're both great, but I think there's pretty good barbecue here that I can get. So I'm going to go with Homecoming because their menu is a little bit more robust and I can pick a couple different things.
Yeah. And my wife loves that BLT salad. So I know she told you to try that one. So there you go. You got salads over there. Gene, Homecoming or Polite Pig? We've been to both.
Homecoming.
There you go.
Yep.
John?
I've never been to Homecoming.
Yes, you have. I have a picture of you at Homecoming.
Yeah.
It was Flat
You were
John.
there.
Flat John doesn't have taste buds. But I feel like at Homecoming, there's probably not as much I could eat. And I love bourbon and I love barbecue. And Polite Pig has both of those things. So I'm going with Polite Pig.
Okay,
That's fair.
good answer. I'm gonna go with Homecoming as well. But I mean, if they tell me you can't go to Homecoming, go to Polite Pig, I wouldn't complain. Would you rather spend a day at Disney Springs or one at the Disney water parks? And not running around the water parks for the marathon, because that's torture of the body and the soul. No, just like going hanging out there or going to Disney Springs and walking through and snacking on everything and all that kind of good stuff. John, which one would you rather?
I'm gonna go to the Springs. Like, I like water parks, but I get sick of them after about an hour. Disney Springs, there's so much to do. Like, you can even rent one of those little aqua cars or whatever. That would be kind of cool, you know. You can go up in the balloon, you can go shopping, you can get multiple different meals. It's just, to me, Disney Springs is like the ideal mall. It's so fun. There's enough to do there, and then they also have a lot of music playing in that little theater outside of World of Disney a lot, right? So a lot of times they'll have high school choirs or bands or something there, and that's always fun. So I'm definitely going with the Springs.
Oh yeah, and look, Stitch will spit on you if you're out there by World of Disney.
Yeah,
right? We'll do that. You see some kids getting spit on. Jody.
I also am going to go to Disney Springs. As a former lifeguard. Water parks scare me to death, so I'm never really comfortable there or at ease. I'm always kind of on high tense. They're fun, but also they make me a little anxious. And I'm not a huge shopper, so you would think Disney Springs is not my cup of tea, but I do enjoy walking around there and seeing it all. There's so many things to do there, and I don't know. Plus Disney Springs has Gideon, so let's just be honest.
Exactly.
Yes, and a Lego store. Both.
Yeah.
Oh, the Lego store.
Mm-hmm.
You could spend 5 hours just in there.
Oh yeah,
man.
But it's a good 5 hours. Jeff.
Yeah.
Disney Springs for sure. Lots of good food, lots of just sitting and people watching. When I went down for Princess Weekend, I spent a couple hours there and was able to just sit and enjoy the people watching, enjoy the food, enjoy the atmosphere, and had no problem doing that.
Yeah, it's a great place to just hang out, people watch. Kevin.
I'm going to the Springs too. I think if I were to get in a car or any kind of vehicle and end up in the parking lot, one of the water parks, I think I would have a panic attack from the marathon. So I would be like, "Get me out of here right now! I'm going straight to the springs."
You know, the worst thing about that water park is that you do like this big U and you see the sweepers like right behind you while you're on the other side. If you like us and like to take it all in and go slow and do all that. So they're right there and you see them and they're waving at you, right? And you're like, yeah, this is not cool.
Awful.
Gene,
Disney Springs, I believe.
you believe? Okay, we'll take
I
that.
do. I do. I like a water park, but I've never been to the Disney water parks. I don't think that I want to, hang out with. I don't know. I just don't think. I think I'd be bored pretty quick, and I think I like Disney Springs. There's lots to do, lots to eat, nice, bands, like you said, plenty of stuff to look at. People, plenty watch it. People talk about people watching all that stuff. I'm down with all of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the springs too. I don't like going to water parks because fish use the bathroom in the water. So you never like that, right? You never. I mean, I never saw a
And
fish go
little
to the
kids
bathroom.
do sometimes too.
I hope not. I hope not. Not none of our listeners' kids. So, would you rather attend Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party or Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party? Jody, you've been to both. Which one you prefer?
Mickey's Not So Scary, hands down. It's my favorite. Headless Horseman.
Yeah. And we know you don't like the Nutcracker people.
No,
Oh,
they
the
freak me. No, the reindeer.
The
The reindeer, yeah.
Yeah. Jeff, Not So Scary or Merry Christmas?
Not So Scary for sure. Boo to You Parade's the best parade they have.
Oh, exactly. I'm with you 100%. Kevin.
I'm going to Not So Scary. I love the candy. I love the costumes and seeing the kids having fun, getting candy, riding the rides. It's a blast. And the parade is amazing.
All right. Gene.
I have not been to either, but I love the idea of all that candy, and I love Halloween, so that'd be fun.
It is a lot of candy. John.
I'm going with the Christmas one. I did really enjoy the Halloween party, the Not So Scary Halloween party. I loved it, actually. It was much better than my expectations were. But I still just, Christmas at Disney to me is the best thing in the world. Like the way Main Street's all decorated, all of that. So being there for the party when they have snow on Main Street and you have the alternate fireworks show and everything else, that's what I'm going with because it's amazing.
All right. And I'm going with the Not So Scary. So, last set, guys, rapid fire questions. Buckle down. Our last 5 questions. Here we go. Would you rather a Mickey bar or a Mickey ice cream sandwich? John.
Bar.
Jody.
Bar.
Jeff.
Sandwich.
Kevin.
Bar.
Gene.
Bar.
I'm going to go with the bar as well. Would you rather fish and chips or a waffle sandwich from Sleepy Hollow? Jeff.
Waffle sandwich all day long. Spicy chicken waffle sandwich. Absolutely.
Jody.
Fish and chips.
John.
Waffle sandwich.
What? Over the fish and chips? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so good.
Gene.
I'll have the fish and chips, governor.
Kevin.
Make that 2. Fish and chips.
I will have the fish and chips as well. All right. Would you rather a regular Dole Whip or a Dole Whip with rum? John, I know what you're going to say.
No, I actually would prefer the regular Dole Whip. I like it unadulterated. I like a pure Dole Whip. Although sometimes I like it with coconut when they have the swirl. But it's another story. But no, Dole Whip. I don't know why I didn't follow the rapid part of that.
That's okay. I mean, I expect it from you, not from Jeff, but from you, I do. Jody.
Regular Dole Whip.
Jeff.
We wants the rum.
Yes, you do. Kevin.
Regular.
Gene. I know you're
I
going
don't partake in the devil's nectar, so without. But I would take a swirl with some coconut.
Once you're down with the swirl,
That's what they say.
Would you rather a Mickey cupcake or a Gaston cinnamon roll? Jody.
Gaston cinnamon roll.
Jeff.
Cinnamon roll.
John.
Cinnamon roll.
Gene.
Cinnamon roll.
Kevin.
Cinnamon roll.
I'm going to go with the roll as well. And final question. Would you rather the cheeseburger spring rolls from the cart or the corn dog nuggets from Casey's Corner? Cheeseburger spring rolls or corn dog nuggets? Kevin, which one?
Corn dog nuggets.
Gene,
Cheeseburger spring roll.
Jeff,
Nuggets.
Jody,
Cheeseburger spring roll.
John.
The cheeseburger spring roll.
And I will join you guys at that cart for the cheeseburger spring rolls. And that, Ducks, is all I have.
Woohoo!
All right,
Nice.
that was
Good
fun.
job.
Those were,
Good job.
Lonnie,
Good
those
job.
were
Thank
really
you, Lonnie.
good questions. That
That was awesome.
there was
Yep.
no easy answers. Does someone have a fire? I kept thinking my kids set off my fire alarm.
I heard that
Probably-
too.
It's probably
Yeah.
Gene.
Okay. Good Lord. But no, I thought there was a lot of good questions that were really tough to answer. Those were not like Polynesian or do you want to stay at All-Star Music? They were much better.
That'd be an easy one.
Right, All-Star all day.
All day.
All day, every day. That's how
No,
we do
Lonnie,
it.
those were great.
I'm glad. Look, thanks you guys for answering them and partaking in my little question and answer.
All right. Well, now that we're done with that question and answer, I have a question for you guys tonight. Do you guys want to hear a joke about construction?
Sure.
Never
Sure.
mind. I'm still working on it. Yeah.
I,
that took
John,
us-
actually, I do have a joke about construction.
you too.
Why did the roofer go to the doctor?
Mhm.
I
He had
don't know why.
shingles.
His shingles.
Shingles.
Poor guy.
Oh, Jody, are you going to help us quack up tonight?
Sure. So, in the spirit of all the greenness, why do Irish people recycle?
Mm.
I don't know.
They like to go green.
Mm.
Mm.
Huh. Just like Spartans.
Just like
Interesting.
Mhm.
Weird. Gene, what's going on fun in your life?
Yeah, man. You guys know I told y'all about my plumbing job, and in this construction sort of vein, I just did a plumbing job. But y'all be shocked to find out I'm not a very good electrician.
Oh boy.
I
Lonnie.
got a question for you. What did the horse say after it tripped?
I don't know what.
Help! I've fallen and I can't giddy up.
Uh,
All right. Kevin, what
All
do you
right.
got for us?
To round out the St. Patrick's Day joke. So, what's Irish and stays out all night?
I don't know.
What?
Patio furniture.
Great Irish accent too.
Nice. Yeah.
That's good.
Oh man. All right. Well, hopefully you guys quacked up with us there. I think tonight was pretty solid from all of us.
Mhm.
But yeah, so once you're done quacking up and you pull yourself back together, go over to your podcatcher and just give us a 5-star review and make sure you're sharing our podcast with your friends. And then you're also coming over to the Disney with the Ducks Facebook page and you can answer some of the fun questions that Lonnie asked us tonight. All right. So with that, all I really have left to say is Kwaharini.
After tonight's show, John, I think we need a disclaimer.
I don't know. Gene doesn't look quite ready for a disclaimer today, Lonnie.
Well, I guess we'll go with the standard one. Don't use our advice. And if you have a problem with what we say, it's not a duck problem. It's a you problem.
Disney with the Ducks is not responsible for any unexpected bursts of laughter, snort-inducing moments, or instances of spitting out your coffee while listening. Listen at your own risk of enjoyment and hilarity.
Nice.
Have a
That's
good
all I
night,
got.
everybody.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Woo.